Hey guys, welcome back to AviGaming and welcome back to my second ever love advice video. You guys really seem to like the first one, as weird as it is. Let's get right into it. Connor O'Neill asks, how can you ask a girl for her number? He's specifically asking when you just beat somebody, how do you go, hey, can I get them digits, lady? Before you ask somebody for their number, I think it's important to know that you may be rejected. Be prepared for that. Don't make her feel guilty or bad for not wanting to give you her number. I think the best way to do it is talk to them a little bit first. Don't just walk up and be like, you're pretty, can I get your number? I mean, that sometimes will work, but I would suggest maybe talking to her for a moment first. I think you're more likely to get a number if you at least engage in some kind of casual conversation before asking. Next question. So Daniel asks, if you like a person, do you think it's right to try to change everything about them? Like his appearance? That's actually a really common thing in relationships. You find this person and you're like, wow, they have like almost everything I want. If I could just change one or two things. Now, if it's like a bad habit or something that's more like in what they're doing with their lives, maybe smoking cigarettes or something, and you're like, well, I don't really want to be around that, and I don't really like the fact that they're hurting themselves. I can see that being like, okay, I want to bring this up. But if it's like, I hate the way you dress, or I hate your face, well, then maybe you shouldn't be dating them. I've dated a few people who really didn't like the way I dressed, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, that made me feel bad. So if you do have a problem with the way someone looks, and you're with them or thinking about being with them, maybe you really need to think about if this is something you want, because making them feel bad about the way they look is not gonna help you or them. Keithbot asked, how would you define love? Well, that is a very loaded question. There's so many different views on what love truly is. Some people say it's just a chemical reaction in our brains. Some people think that you have a soulmate, one specific person you're meant to be with. Some people think you can be with many people, you can have many soulmates. There's many different thoughts on what love is. I'm gonna answer this question about what I think love is, and not what, everyone should think it is or anything like that, because there's many theories. This is just my take on it. I think love makes you want to be a better person. I think love is something so unconditional that it just makes you want to express it in many different ways to that person. I think love is powerful and special. I think love is also a word that people overuse, and I think that kind of tarnishes the beauty of what love truly is. I think some people sometimes fall in lust, or fall in like, or have these really intense crushes, but it's not love. Love is when you're willing to compromise and sacrifice for the person that you love. You're willing to put things you want aside for the better of someone else. Now, I don't think love is when you give everything of yourself to that person and you disregard your own life. There's too often that people get into relationships and forget who they are in the process. I think love is a balance. A healthy love is a balance. Balance between sacrifice, compromise, communication, being with this person, making this person happy, but still being yourself, still being an individual in the process, still having individual likes and friends and hobbies, but combining in many other different ways. Love is such a complex and unique thing. It's hard to really define what it is, but there's one thing I know for sure. There's nothing like love. Tom Proto asks, what are your thoughts on the friend zone? And he also asks, what are the differences between a friendship and a romance beyond the physical side of interaction? Okay, so let's break it up. So let's start with the friend zone. I don't believe in the friend zone. I think that a lot of weak-minded men who can't handle rejection use it as a crutch. They joke about it, they say, oh, she's just putting me in the friend zone. Perhaps she's just not interested in you and likes you as a person, but not in that way. Doesn't mean that you're in some special little zone that she's put people in. That just means she's not interested. Not everyone in your life is going to be interested in you, and to use something such as the friend zone to make yourself feel better about it, I mean, personally, I don't like that. I've been rejected. I don't go, oh, he just put me in the friend zone. I go, oh, he's not interested in me. I don't hold it against him. I don't make up excuses. It just is what it is. Sometimes people aren't gonna like you back. Doesn't mean they hate you as a person. Maybe they still want you as a friend. Maybe you have enough in common where they're like, wow, this person's cool. They just don't see you in a romantic sense. There's no chemistry. Chemistry is very important. Attraction is very important in a relationship. You don't want to just feel friendly, brotherly feelings towards your boyfriend. You want to feel a passion. And he also asked, what's the differences between a friendship and a romance beyond the physical interaction? Okay, well, I think it's mostly in how you see the person, how you act towards the person, the priority you put on that person. They become very important to you. You give them more attention than you would a friend. You give them more care than you would a friend. You do more things for them, compromising, as I said earlier, communication, they're around more. There's a deeper connection there, physically and emotionally. I think it's important to be friends with the person you're with, but when you're in a romantic relationship, it excels that in such a beautiful way. Again, it's hard to pinpoint what love is. And it's so different from person to person. I mean, they've written books on love languages because people express and show love in different ways. Some people are very physical with it. They love touch and being near the person. Some people need more distance, but they're very much into communication. Some people really like giving gifts. There's tons of different ways that people communicate love. So that's going to be it for this episode, and if you liked it, go ahead and leave a like down below. And don't forget to leave questions for my next video. I hope these videos are helpful in some way, even though I'm not a licensed professional, these are just my opinions. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!